guys, Mamabear here. Welcome back to another video here in Bloxburg. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you 3 building hacks that are super fun and super easy. I do not take credit for 2 of these builds, but one of them I think I thought of, who knows. But I hope you guys enjoy this simple, easy, step-by-step tutorial. Here are the items you're going to need for the clock. Get them all placed down, and the next thing we will be doing is painting them. Now that you've placed all your items, it's time to paint. Most of the colors are going to be a material of wood and a color of reddish brown. But if you follow along, you'll see I use slightly different colors for different accents, such as bronze and fawn brown. Now that you have everything painted, it's time to put everything together. Now this is where it gets a little tricky. Make sure you make a little gap where you want to place your item, such as this right here. Otherwise you're going to have that sticking out on the other side of your wall. So make sure it's hidden. The first thing we are going to do is put the subwoofers inside the commercial fridge. And you're only going to get the first, second, and third rows. For some reason you can't place them on the bottom. So place them and get them as close to the edge as possible. Make sure they do not stick out on the edge. There's 3 to a shelf, and once you do that, we'll move on to the next step. After you place the subwoofers, decide where you want your clock. And you're going to create this little hidden gap right here, just like I did. Otherwise, you're going to see the other stuff sticking out on the other side, and you don't want that. It looks very tacky. So the first thing we're going to do is, well, I'm going to delete this wall because the fridge is going to go inside that wall. But before placing the fridge, we are trying to put the flagpoles so they show inside the fridge, but not so far in that they're hidden by the subwoofers. So you kind of got to play around with it a little bit. You are going to be using small grid for the flags, and once you find that sweet spot where they go, just line them up right next to each other. Make sure they're center. I can't really tell you exactly how to do this part because I kind of just had to play around with it myself. So just make sure they're not sticking outside the fridge or in. You want to see that full pole. When you think you've had the flagpole set up the correct way, make sure you use medium grid in order to test out the fridge and place it. When you finally get the correct placement of the flagpoles, it should look something like this. Now simply place a wall to cover the flagpoles. Using medium grid, take one of your horizontal lights and place it over the clock so there's a slight gap like this. Using small grid, center and place the clock on top of your first horizontal light that you just placed. After you do that, put the other horizontal light on top of that, and another. And then just finish off with your vertical lights. It should equal to 6. Once you place all the lights, it should look something like this. Now take one of your simplicity shelves, using small grid, place it simply right like that, right on top of the fridge. Make sure it's center, and then all you need to do is readjust the squared vases so it looks more like the shape of a clock. Perfect. Now take your other simplicity shelf, using small grid, and place it on top of the light, just like that. Set your cake stand aside for now, because you're going to take your receiver, and using medium grid, you are going to place the receiver on the very top shelf, facing away from the clock so you don't see the little knobs. Using small grid, now just place the cake stand so it's inside the receiver like that. Now to finish off, we're going to be placing one subwoofer on each side at the bottom of the clock. And you will have 2 subwoofers left over, but that's totally okay. Use small grid for this. We're done! Isn't it beautiful? For this build, start off by placing an electrical outlet anywhere on the wall, and you'll find it by clicking Decor, Electronics, and it's the second item. Once you've done that, it's time to make the hose. Click Fences, click the first one, which is the plain short fence, and now you can make it as long or as short as you want, and you can make it turn and curve and whatever fun thing you want to do with it. Now it's time to make the sprinkler. Now I already have one in my inventory, but I'm still going to show you how to get it. Click Bloxburg, and then you want the wide sprayers. Now, depending on how much Bloxburg you have, you can get the small, medium, or tall. In my case, I already have the tall, so I'm going to place that, but the short one will look just as cute. Now since we don't have advanced placement, we're just going to have to use small grid and get it as close to the hose as we can. But if you do have advanced placement, you can put it in just like this. But trust me, it still looks good without advanced placing. Again, just simply put small grid on and place it as close as you can. And poof! Look at that, you guys. Oh my goodness. Now it's time to paint, so it actually looks like a hose. You can paint the hose any color you like, but I'm going to go with a lighter green. After you decide on what color to paint your hose, we will move on to the sprinkler. Now it's time to paint the sprinkler, and again, paint it any color you like, but I'm going to go with yellow and blue water. Last step is to paint the electrical outlet, and you're done. Again, paint this any color you like. I'm going to go with blue. Woohoo! It's done! Oh my goodness, guys, doesn't that look amazing? It's so cute! You can use it for the kids when you're role-playing or anything. It's awesome! On to our final hack, the backlit pool. Now for this, guys, remember, you need the basement pass and advanced placing pass. So the first thing you're going to do is you're not going to build a basement, you're just going to change levels by clicking the down arrow, and then decide how big you want your pool, and place a floor. Now the next thing you're going to do is place a lot of lights. Place as many as you want. The more lights you have, the more lit your pool will be. Now for the lights, I really suggest the garden pole light not the landscape uplight, because they are not as bright, but you technically can use any light you want. So have fun and place as many as you want, then we'll move on to the next step. Once you're done placing all your lights, it's time to decide what color you want the backlight of your pool to be. In the example that I showed you, I used pink, but I think I'm going to go with a nice bright turquoise type blue, but you pick any color you want. After you've colored all of your lights, it's time to go back above ground and place your pool exactly over the floor that you just got done placing. You can use any depth you want. Now just finish off with your normal pool decorations and your backlit pool is complete. Now let's just go in night mode and see what it looks like. Oh my goodness guys, look how gorgeous that is. Look how bright and vibrant that pool is. Well guys, that's it for this video. I really hope you enjoyed these tutorials, and if you would like to see more building hack tutorials, leave a comment below and I'll try my best. See you guys, bye! Hey guys, if you enjoyed that video, be sure to hit that subscribe button, as well as turning your notifications on if you would like to stay up to date with my latest videos.